Hi there. My name is Rebecca Shelley, and this is Weft and Willow Fiber Art Studio in Chico, California. Some of you are new to the station, and so I just wanted to give you a little update of what this is all about. I went to school for painting. I then did sewing garments and then sewing quilts, and then I got into weaving and spinning and natural dye, and I got really obsessed. So basically I had offers of looms, and so I needed a space. So I got a space for some looms, and then more looms came, and then more looms came, and then sewing machines came and long arms. And so basically this is a glory land of fiber art tools and yarns and fabric, and I just love this space so much. I've figured out, over this last year and a half, kind of what I'm wanting to do with this space. Originally, I was thinking like an open studio, but that didn't work out because I'm a full-time teacher. I teach in the art department at California State University, Chico, and I just didn't have enough time to do everything. So now what I'm doing is I do some workshops, and I have those every now and then I am building up some weaving inventory. So I'm creating household goods that are hand woven and handmade. So my biggest thing right now is I am making a bunch of towels. These are basically some hand towels that I made using an AVL loom. So it's a CompuDobby loom. And so these are just so exciting to make. So I'm going to be making a bunch of those. And then I have just so many different weavings that I've made that are smaller that I'm going to turn into pillows and kind of have that as well. So I'm excited about that part. So an AVL loom is something I'm borrowing from a friend, and it's amazing. If you've ever used one, basically it has a computer that you put your pattern into, and you follow along with that as you're weaving. So you're basically throwing your boat back and forth. You're just using 2 treadles for 16 shafts. It's amazing. So I'll be sharing a lot about that. And huge news is, so if you look at the latest Handweavers Guild of America, their magazine shuttle, spindle, and die pot, you'll see in the back, oh, who's that? Right there. Oh, that's me. So I am one of the featured studios for their Spinning and Weaving Week in October. So on October 8th, I will be sharing my studio over Zoom with the folks who are participating in that. So I'll put links below of information on that. And so, it's been really fun just to kind of share that side of things as well. Okay. So, what are the other things? So one of my art pieces just came in the mail from North Carolina. So my self-portrait from 2020 is naturally dyed, and I look really surprised in this piece. But basically, I wanted to have something that had masks in it, because at the time I was dealing with masks inside because of COVID, and outside we had fires, and so we had a lot of smoke, and I was working on refinishing this table, and so it felt like I was always wearing masks. So I felt that it was very fitting. I had just started exploring natural dyes. I wanted to draw my portrait out. So in my life drawing class, we drew our portraits, and so I did, a video along with that with my students, and so I turned that into then a colored piece drawing with that. So you can see there. So that was in North Carolina. So it's always exciting when you have work go to shows, because then you feel more like what you're doing has interest, right? That you're on the right track. The same thing with, with this was huge. They contacted me out of the blue to be in this, and I don't know how they learned about me. It could be through visiting a teacher that we had in some of our spinning and weaving guilds, Mount Lassen Guild. And yeah, so it feels like I'm doing interesting things, and that's helpful to hear and see that people want to see more. Okay, so that means also I'm going to be building out more of my YouTube, and I'm also going to be creating some custom videos as well. So I'm a teacher. It's in my nature to want to teach, but it's also something I have to realize a balance of how much I put in my energy with others versus how much I need to put in my energy of my own creative practice as well. And so it's like I have about 75 students at school, so it's hard to then do a lot of teaching here. So basically what I'll be doing is I'll do some workshops, but I'm going to build out a Patreon. It's going to be set up so that I'm going to have wefties, so weft and willow, wefties, and so my wefties will help me with creating new content, giving me ideas for content, because I have spinning experience. I have weaving experience on a number of different looms. I have garment construction experience, especially with fitting. That was my focus. And quilting. I can free motion quilt, I can long arm, I can do a bunch of different tips with that. And so I'm going to have some specific little videos that I'll be doing for a Patreon. So that'll be coming up here shortly as well. And yeah, so if you are in town here in Chico, I have my signs that are just about ready to go out. So I have to just sand them down a little bit, smooth out some of the roughness, and then put them out in the road, because I am open for open studios. So there's 2 weekends in October that you can come in, Saturday and Sunday, and I'll put the times for that in the chat below as well. And yeah, so you can come in. I'm going to have some different things set up. You can try out weaving. You can try out different things with that. All right. Let's see, other things. Yeah, so another thing I've been doing is restoring fiber making tools. And so that's been awesome. There's this gorgeous spinning wheel that I have offered to help clean up for somebody who's trying to sell it. By clean up, it means just dusting it and then oiling it. It's gorgeous. If anyone wants to buy it for me, that's cool with me. But basically, I'm just going to enjoy spinning on it, and then having this opportunity to see what it's like with that. With all of this, it's that experience. It's seeing what these different tools are like, and being able to make things that are usable again. So I have a loom that I'm also working on, making it ready for somebody to weave on. It had paper wrapped around it from 1977, and so it's a beautiful loom still, right? And a little care and a little fix up of some parts, it's going to be good to go. So I really have been enjoying that. Yeah, so stay tuned for some pillows, right? Made from some weavings. And definitely I'm so excited about making some fun custom towels. So, thinking about what happens with different color stories and playing around with that. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, well, thank you so much. And I hope to see you again soon. So my goal is to try and do a weekly video. I say that now. I don't know if that's going to be reality, but here we'll try this out. Okay, thanks so much for stopping by. And if you can like, subscribe, and share with a friend, that would be fantastic. All right, I'll see you later.